Hi, hello students. Welcome back to our channel. This is Bhaskar Bora. We are discussing 5th chapter quadratic equation from 10th class mathematics. Now today let us discuss 10th problem from exercise 5.2. So the 10th problem is given as a motor boat heads upstream at a distance of 24 km in a river whose current is running at 3 km per hour. The trip up and back takes 6 hours. Here assuming that the motor boat maintained a constant speed, then what was its speed in still water? So in this problem, a motor boat is traveling in a river and it is completing its journey in two directions. First it is traveling in the upstream of the river and then it is traveling in the backstream or downstream of the river. So here upstream means the boat is traveling in the opposite direction of the flow of the water. So upstream means when the boat is traveling in the opposite direction to the river flow. That is said to be that the boat is traveling in upstream. Now backstream or downstream means if the boat is traveling in the same direction of river flow, that is said to be downstream. So here at first the boat is traveling in upstream, that means the boat is traveling in the opposite direction to the river flow. Now tell me what will happen when the boat is traveling in the opposite direction of the river flow? Does the flow of the water will affect the speed of the boat when it is traveled in the opposite direction of the river flow? Very good. It certainly affects the speed of the boat when the boat is traveled in the opposite direction of river flow. How will affect? Will it increases the speed of the boat or decreases the speed of the boat? Very good. The river flow will decreases the speed of the boat when the boat is traveling in the opposite direction to the water flow. Tell me to what extent the speed of the boat will be reduced when it is traveling in the opposite direction? Yes. The decreased speed of the boat will be equal to the speed of the water flow. Now, what is the speed of the water flow is given in the problem? It is 3 km per hour. So, the speed of the boat will be reduced to 3 km per hour when it is traveling in the opposite direction of the river flow. Now, tell me what happens if the boat is traveling in the same direction of the water flow? In this situation also, does the flow of the water will affect the speed of the boat? Yeah. So when the boat is traveling in the same direction of the water flow, then the speed of the water flow will give an additional speed to the boat. So that means when the boat is traveling in the same direction of the water flow, so the speed of the boat will be increases. And how much it will be increases? It is equal to the speed of the river flow. So that means the speed of the boat will increases to 3 km per hour since the river flow is 3 km per hour. So now here these are the 2 points we need to understand clearly. Then only we can able to solve this problem. So let us discuss once again. When the boat is traveling in the opposite direction to the river flow, then the speed of the boat will reduces, and to what extent it reduces, it is equal to the speed of the river flow or current of the river. And when the boat is traveling the same direction of the river flow, then the speed of the boat will increases, and at how much will it increases? It is equals to the speed of the river flow. So keeping these 2 points in our mind, let us start the solution of this problem. So now what we have to find here? We have to find the speed of the boat in still water. Here still water means the water is not flowing. So we need to find the speed of the boat in still water. So let us assume the speed of the boat in still water as x km per hour. So now if the speed of the boat in still water is x km per hour, now what would be its speed when it travel in the opposite direction of the river flow. So tell me what we have to do. Very good. When the boat is traveling in the reverse direction of the water flow, the speed of the boat will reduces and it is equals to the speed of the current of the river or flow of the river. And here what is the flow of the river? That is 3 km per hour. So if we subtract 3 from the speed of the boat in still water, we get the speed of the boat in upstream. So what would be the speed of the boat in upstream? For that we have to subtract 3 from the speed of the boat in still water. So what we assume the speed of the boat in still water as x, and we need to subtract 3 from x so that we get x minus 3 km per hour, which is the speed of the boat in upstream. Now we have the speed of the boat in upstream. Now let us find out the speed of the boat in downstream. Now when the boat is traveling in downstream, that means it is traveling in the same direction of the river flow. So when it is traveling in the same direction of the river flow, then the flow of the water will give an additional speed to the boat, and that is equals to the flow of the river. So when the boat is traveling in the same direction of the river flow, to find the speed of the boat in that case, we have to add the speed of the river flow to the speed of the boat in still water. So tell me what is the speed of the boat in downstream. So for that what we have to do? We have to add 3 km per hour, which is the speed of the river flow, to the speed of the boat in still water. So by adding 3 to the x, we get x plus 3 km per hour, and this is the speed of the boat in downstream. So x minus 3 km per hour is the speed of the boat in upstream, and x plus 3 km per hour is the speed of the boat in downstream. Now we have the speed of the boat in upstream and downstream. And how much distance does it cover in upstream? It is given as 24 kilometers. So in upstream the boat is covering 24 kilometers distance. With how much speed does it cover this distance? With x minus 3 km per hour. So to cover this distance, certainly the boat will take some time. So let us calculate that time. So we are going to calculate the time taken by the boat to travel the 24 km distance in upstream. So time taken by the boat in upstream is equals to, so what is the formula for finding time when we have speed and distance? Very good. It is time equals to distance by speed. So here the distance traveled is 24 kilometers, and the speed of the boat in upstream is x minus 3. So the time taken by the boat in upstream is equals to 24 by x minus 3 hours. Now similarly, let us calculate the time taken by the boat in downstream. In downstream also the boat covered the same distance, that is 24 kilometers. But in this case the speed of the boat is, so what is the speed of the boat in downstream? It is x plus 3 kilometers per hour. So the time taken by the boat in downstream is equals to, the formula is the distance traveled by the boat in downstream by the speed of the boat in downstream. So the distance traveled by the boat in the downstream is, it is equals to 24 kilometers. 24 by the speed of the boat in downstream is x plus 3. So we get 24 by x plus 3 hours. So now we have the times that are taken by the boat in upstream and downstream. And in the problem it is given that the total trip takes 6 hours time. So the time taken by the boat in upstream and the time taken by the boat in downstream together will give us the total trip time, that is 6 hours. So we can write the time taken by boat in upstream plus the time taken by boat in downstream equals to 6 hours. So here what is the time taken by the boat in upstream? That is 24 by x minus 3 plus 24 by x plus 3, which is equals to 6. Now let us simplify this equation. So here on the left hand side we have 24 as common in two terms. So let us take out 24 as common. So by taking 24 as common out, we get 24 into, in bracket we get 1 by x minus 3 plus 1 by x plus 3 equals to 6. So here 24 is multiplying. If we transpose to right hand side, it becomes divide. So here we can cancel 6 and 24. So by cancelling 6 and 24, we get 6 1 the 6, 6 4 the 24. So here we get 4 into, so we get 1 by x minus 3 plus 1 by x plus 3 equals to 1 by 4. Here we transposed 4 to right hand side. So it divides 1 on the right hand side. Now let us simplify on the left hand side. So here we have 1 by x minus 3 plus 1 by x plus 3. Now to add these two, we have to make the denominators equal. For that, let us take the LCM of these two. So here x minus 3 and x plus 3 are the denominators. So their LCM is x minus 3 into x plus 3. So by taking x minus 3 and x plus 3 as their LCM, we can write x minus 3 into x plus 3 as the denominator. Then here in the first numerator we get 1 into x plus 3 plus in the second one we get the numerator as 1 into x minus 3, which is equals to 1 by 4. Now here 1 into x plus 3 means x plus 3 plus 1 into x minus 3 means x minus 3 by, here x minus 3 x plus 3 is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, which is equals to a square minus b square. So applying that formula we get x square minus 3 square, which is equals to 1 by 4. Now here plus 3 minus 3 get cancelled. So we left with x plus x, and by adding them we get 2x. 2x by x square minus 3 square equals to 1 by 4. Now by doing cross multiplication we get 4 into 2x equals to 1 into x square minus 3 square, and 4 into 2x equals to 8x equals to 1 into x square minus 3 square will be x square minus 3 square. Here 3 square is 9, so we can write x square minus 9. Now transpose plus 8x to right hand side, so that we get 0 equals to x square minus 8x minus 9. So which can be also be written as x square minus 8x minus 9 equals to 0, which is a quadratic equation. Now we need to solve this quadratic equation in order to get the speed of the boat, that is x. So here to find the solution of a quadratic equation, what we have to do? We have to factorize this quadratic equation. For that we have to split the middle term, that is minus 8x, as the sum of another two terms, such that the product of those two terms should be equals to product of x square coefficient and constant. So here what is the product of x square coefficient and constant? So clearly here x square coefficient is 1 and constant is minus 9, so their product is minus 9. Now we need to search of a pair of factors for minus 9 such that the sum of those two factors must be equals to x coefficient, that is minus 8. So what are the suitable pair of factors for minus 9 we have to consider here, so that their sum is equals to minus 8. Very good. Here we have to take the pair of factors for minus 9 as plus 1 and minus 9, since their sum is equals to minus 8, which is x coefficient. So by using 1 and minus 9 we can split the middle term, that is minus 8x. So let us do this. We can write x square first as it is. Next the minus 8x can be written as the sum of the two terms that are plus 1x minus 9x, and then the next term, that is minus 9, equals to 0. Now if we observe on the left hand side, in the first two terms we have x as common. So let us take x as common out. By taking x as common out we get x plus 1 inside the bracket. And coming to the next two terms, so here what are the next two terms? That are minus 9x and minus 9. So in this clearly we can take out minus 9 as common. So by taking minus 9 as common out, we get in bracket x plus 1 equals to 0. So again in these two terms we have x plus 1 as common. So take out x plus 1 as common, then we get x minus 9 in bracket, which equals to 0. So we get x plus 1 into x minus 9 equals to 0. That means either x plus 1 equals to 0 or x minus 9 equals to 0. And if we simplify these two, we get x equals to minus 1 or x equals to 9. So here we get one of the value of x as positive integer and another one of the value of x is negative integer. And we know that the speed of any object cannot be a negative number. So here we do not consider x equals to minus 1 as it is negative number, as the speed cannot be expressed in negative numbers. So here we have to take the positive value, that is 9, as the speed of the boat in still water. So therefore the speed of the boat in still water is 9 km/h. So this is the solution for 10th problem. And it is all enough today. We will meet in our next video with the next concept of this chapter. Till then, bye. Thank you.